What's up, guys? Joe Munoz, OneStepPrep.com. I'm answering 8 questions handed to me by the one and only Shally. You want to be on the video?
No, I just want to see how you work.
She just wants to see how this process works.
Yeah.
So check it out, okay? I saw the first question. I don't really know what the rest of them are, but we're gonna read through them and see what it says. And then I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability. So let's see. First question, why are the memory items 4? Non-normal immediate action not written in short form. He goes on to talk a little bit about military experience. Thank you for your service. Okay, so I mean, look, for the most part, I would say they're somewhat in short form. I saw this first question, so I brought a QRH, and I'm just going to use the engine fire severe damage or separation as an example. But you know, when I look at it, for the most part, I would say it's, you know, mostly short form. Now, could it have been a little bit more ergonomic? Probably. I've seen some memory items designed a little bit better, particularly in the airlines. Like, they'll take the company material from the manufacturer, and then they'll turn it into their own version of it in a quick reference card or something like that. That's a little bit more efficient to go through. So, yeah, with that being said, look, there's a lot of things that can get into the nitty gritty down here. Like, there's a lot of, maybe it gets wordy. What I would share with you, from at least the way I, teach and preach, is try to make it as short form in your response as possible, right? So for this, auto throttle if engaged, disengaged, thrust lever affected, engine confirm closed, start lever affected, engine confirm cutoff, fire switch affected, engine confirm pull. If the fire light or overheat light is illuminated, rotate to the stop, hold for a second, wait for 30 seconds. So try to just make it concise. Second question, do you have any recommendations on how to efficiently navigate the QRH? Oh, how convenient, I have a QRH. Yeah, so look, at least on the 737, pretty much every QRH is the same. It has tabs, right? It has tabs like this. And at the front of every tab, there's a list of the systems that applies inside this book. So find the system that the fault pertains to on one of these tabs. That's what I would share with you. And then, like, for example, if it's power plant, we know that power plant is engines 7. Now I can go to section 7, and then now I have a whole table of contents for everything that applies to the power plant. So the number one thing I would tell you about the QRH, certainly in the Boeing, which in this case this gentleman's training on the 737, is use the tabs to find the system, go to that number, and then expand what it is you're looking for within that. There are certain things, like when you go through the QRH enough, you're probably going to memorize. Like, for example, the power plant I know is 7, fire is 8, hydraulics is 13, electrics is 6. So now when I have an electric fault, I know I can go to 6, boom, and then here are all of my faults for the electrical system. So that's the way I would advise. Number 3, do you have recommendations for pilots with no Part 121 experience? Yes, get our Part 121 airline operations course. OneStepPrep.com/airlines is the link. Use coupon code JJHoliday, 20% off. That's going to cover what you need to know going to the airline for the first time. What is the best way to break down the FAA ACS? That stands for Airman Certification Standards. For completing a 737 type rating, I would like to build a game plan. Okay, so, man, we've got material for all this. This would be the playbook, type rating playbook to success. OneStepPrep.com/playbook. There's an ebook version of this. There's also a hard copy version of this. There is also a video program. You want to be in the video? She doesn't want to be in the video. Okay, nobody wants to be in the video. Okay, so you can go here to OneStepPrep.com/playbook. You will see this book. There's an ebook version of this. There's a video version of this. Get the video version at that link, because it's a 4-hour program, and I talk all about what it is that you're asking, which is what can I expect in the check ride. Basically, the short answer to this is you'll start at the gate and push. You'll have some kind of abnormal issue with the engines. Then you're going to do a normal taxi out. You'll get airborne. You'll do air work, steep turn stalls, and usual attitudes. You'll come back in for 4 approaches, one of which will be a circling. If it's in a 142 school, you said it's in an airline, so you're probably not going to circle there. That would be my guess. And then you get into the single engine operations, and if it's a PIC type rating, a rejected takeoff. It always follows the same thing. Push, abnormal start, takeoff, air work, approaches, and then into the single engine operations. All that is covered very well in the book, by the way, the playbook. I would definitely grab that. All right, what else? What is a typical profile for the NG type rating check ride in a simulator? Type rating playbook to success, man. That's what I would tell you. that has everything you want to know. Where can I find the simulator used in the CDU pre-flight? Okay, so we use a sim, a desktop sim, in some of the videos that I record. Yeah, if you want access to that, just send an email to either Diego or Alexis, and we can get you a link on how to gain access to that sim. Let's see, seventh question. As a professional pilot new to the Part 121 community, what recommendations do you have to best break down, understand, and internalize Part 121 FARs? Okay. A lot of the FARs that you would think you need to know are actually very well known by your dispatcher. With that being said, I would become familiar with things that are in the 121 airline operations course, particularly when do you require an amendment, who has operational control. That's basically the PIC and the dispatcher share joint responsibility for that. You could look at FARs 117, which is fatigue and rest. You're probably going to cover this in INDOC, so yeah, basically if you look at the 121 airline ops course, I think that would be sufficient. As far as like spending time in the FARs, much of your INDOC is probably going to do that. I would spend more time learning the airplane and the whole operation of the jet world, as opposed to necessarily specific FARs. Let's see, you mentioned FCOM, Flight Crew Operations Manual, several times throughout the online course. In my study material for blank airlines, they say AOM. Is it the same reference document? Yeah, pretty much, tomato. Some airlines just, change the manual structure, if you will, right? So pretty much the airplane comes out of the factory most times with an FCOM, Flight Crew Ops Manual, FCTM, Flight Crew Training Manual, and a QRH, a Quick Reference Handbook. And then your airline can break that down into other documents like a QRC, Quick Reference Card, an AOM, Aircraft Operating Manual, a GOM for the more airline-specific stuff, a General Ops Manual. They're going to have their own manual structure. So learn the manual structure at your airline. But the short answer to your question is, yeah, it's the same book. Don't worry about it. Basically, there's usually two volumes. One is for systems, and the second one is for procedures. So that's the parallel. All right, good sheet of questions. If you have any questions and you're a member on the site, you can hit the Ask J&J link and send in your questions. We'll do our best to get back to you ASAP. Really appreciate you all being members, following the channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, and love to hear your comments below, like and share. And we'll see you in another video soon. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. JJ Holidays 20% off code at onestepprep.com/holiday. You can see all the deals we have over there. Use the code site-wide, and we'll see you in 2024.